Have you ever felt like camera upgrades just don't make sense anymore? Every year, brands promise groundbreaking features. Yet when you look closer, the improvements often feel incremental, sometimes even frustratingly unnecessary. But what if there was a camera that truly justified the upgrade? A camera that actually made sense? That's exactly what Sony has the opportunity to deliver with the A7V, the long-awaited successor to the A7 IV. Today, we're breaking down what Sony needs to get right to make this the ultimate mirrorless powerhouse. The Sony A7 IV was an excellent camera, but it wasn't perfect. It brought some much-needed improvements like better usability, an intuitive photo/video toggle switch, and a refined menu system. But it also had its flaws: rolling shutter issues, a frustrating crop in 4K 60 frames per second, and some limitations that kept it from being a true no-compromise hybrid shooter. Now, with the A7V on the horizon, Sony has a chance to address these concerns and redefine what a full-frame camera can be. Let's dive into the must-have features that could make this camera the perfect upgrade. First up, a fully articulating 4-axis screen. Sony made waves with the A7RV's unique articulating screen, offering unparalleled flexibility for photographers and videographers alike. Whether you're framing a high-angle shot, capturing street photography, or vlogging, this design change could be a game-changer. Bringing this feature to the A7V would make it one of the most versatile mirrorless cameras on the market. Next, we need to talk about rolling shutter. If you've ever shot fast motion with the A7 IV, you know the struggle, the dreaded jello effect that warps footage when panning. A faster sensor readout could be the key to eliminating this problem, making motion smooth and distortion-free. For filmmakers, this alone would be a major selling point. Then there's the issue of 4K 60 frames per second. The A7IV's 1.2x crop in this mode was a disappointment, forcing shooters to compromise on framing. If Sony wants to compete with Canon and Panasonic, the A7V must deliver full-width 4K 60 frames per second recording. This would allow filmmakers to maximize the full sensor's potential without being restricted by cropping issues. A higher resolution sensor is another area where Sony needs to strike the right balance. The A7IV's 33MP sensor was a solid middle ground between detail and low-light performance. A bump to 40MP could sharpen images even further while maintaining strong dynamic range and ISO performance. This sweet spot would appeal to both photographers and videographers looking for high-resolution imagery without the file size and low-light trade-offs of an excessively large sensor. Sony's autofocus system is already leading the industry, but there's always room for improvement. The A7RV introduced AI-powered subject tracking that could recognize humans, animals, birds, and even insects. If Sony brings this next-gen AI autofocus to the A7V, it could be the best tracking system in its class, perfect for sports photographers, wildlife shooters, and hybrid content creators who need fast, reliable focus. One feature that longtime Sony users miss is Play Memories, the app that allowed users to download creative tools like double exposure, interval shooting, and long exposure apps. A modernized version of this feature could unlock even more creative potential for photographers, making the A7V an incredibly versatile tool. Battery life and thermal management are also critical. While Sony's battery performance has improved over the years, long 4K recording sessions can still lead to overheating. To compete with Canon's cooling systems, Sony needs to optimize heat dissipation while maintaining efficiency. A redesigned battery grip could further enhance usability for long shooting days. Ergonomics also play a huge role in a camera's usability. A more comfortable grip, a responsive joystick, and tactile dials could make all the difference for professionals who shoot for extended periods. Sony should refine the button layout to ensure seamless operation, making the A7V feel like an extension of the photographer's hand. For hybrid shooters, better video features are a must. Sony should introduce improvements like 10-bit 4:2:2 internal recording for richer color depth, enhanced in-body stabilization for smoother handheld footage, and higher bit rates for superior video quality. These upgrades would make the A7V a true hybrid powerhouse for both filmmakers and photographers. Finally, there's the price. Sony has kept the A7 series competitive, but with Canon and Panasonic closing the gap, pricing will be crucial. If Sony delivers these features at a price point similar to the A7IV, they could dominate the mirrorless market once again. So, will Sony deliver? The A7V has the potential to be the best mirrorless camera in its class. If Sony addresses the key issues, rolling shutter, video crop, sensor speed, and autofocus, this could be the camera that finally makes sense for hybrid shooters. What are your must-have features for the A7V? Let us know in the comments. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.